What is happening, my YT Gizang? Y'all already know what it is, man. This is your boy Rio, and if you are new, welcome to the channel. Now, today I gotta ask y'all this question in which, man, we gotta talk about the situation in general. Do you guys feel like my boy Deion Sanders has anything to prove when it comes to this upcoming season? Now, I'm gonna give y'all my take on it, in which I already feel like he has absolutely nothing to prove. I mean, zero. Alright, but at the same time, I'm making this video because I wanted y'all to give me y'all opinion on this take real quick. I was watching First Take the other day, and even though everybody agreed that Deion Sanders has absolutely nothing to prove this season, it was something about Paul Finebaum's take that really kind of struck me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it did. Now, although, like I said, he felt like Deion got absolutely nothing to prove, it was just the way he was talking about my boy Deion that kind of really struck me. Take a look at the footage.
I don't think he does. He is still one of the most entertaining people in sports. We're gravitated to him, even though Vegas is saying the over and under for the win total is 6.5. Most of the time, the #1 show on morning television, First Take, doesn't talk about 6-win teams, but we talk about Deion because he's entertaining, he's compelling. Yes, he's hypocritical, but that goes for everybody in college sports, as Kevin alluded to. So it doesn't really matter what he does this year. I think last year he proved that he is relevant. And quite frankly, I'm the one right here with Stephen A. who said, I don't think that we'll be talking about this guy in November. And we were, because they won a couple of big games. They had magical players, and they really did matter. Now, the real question, though, is in October, November this year, without Travis Hunter and without his son playing, will we still care? More than likely, he'll say something that gets our attention, but average teams don't get a lot of attention when we're talking about the CFP.
Now, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that, okay? I don't know if it struck y'all like it struck me, but I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all what I feel about that whole situation. Now, I will say, for starters, I agree with what he said about Deion Sanders, okay? He is entertaining. He's probably one of the most, if not the most entertaining person when it comes to sports, let alone just in general. You know what I'm saying? He's a very funny guy. We all love him. But at the same time, I kind of feel like Paul Finebaum kind of dimmed my boy light a little bit. He dimmed it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he didn't really give him enough praise when it comes to Deion's accolades or the things he's been able to accomplish over there in Colorado. I mean, let's be completely honest here. We're talking about a team over there in Colorado before Deion got there, of course. We're talking about a team that wasn't even able to get a 5-star recruit to come to their organization, let alone these players or this organization haven't seen a bowl game in God knows how long. How long? Okay, we're talking about a coach that came in to an organization that only won 1 or 2 games the previous season before he got there, and turned them into a winning team, literally, into the fact of where the very next year, the very next season, got them to a bowl game. I mean, I know he's missing a lot of pieces. He lost a lot of pieces. He lost one of the best players I've ever seen in college football, in Travis Hunter. He lost his star quarterback, of course, and he lost a couple other pieces too. But at the same time, this man managed to get one of the best, a 5-star caliber quarterback at that, one of the best players that came out of high school to come to that organization in Juju. You see how he get in the portal, get a couple 5-star players there, or get a couple 4-star players there. So this is something that Colorado has never seen. I mean, think about the risk that Deion took by going to Colorado. Yes, of course, he could have went to any other school. I'm telling you right now, bro. He could have went to any other big school, started in that program as a head coach, started getting 5-star, 4-star recruits, easy, and been going to the playoffs consistently and possibly getting multiple national championships. It could have been easy for him. We all know that. Everybody loved Deion. When it comes, you see how much players want to play for him. But he took the chance, he took the risk, and went to Colorado, in which we see the turnaround. It's not going to be a quick, instant turnaround, bro. It's Colorado, dog. Like, come on, let's be for real. But one thing you cannot deny is the accomplishments that he has been able to accomplish while being over there for only 2 years. Okay, that's a big turnaround. A team that went from one win in a season to get into a bowl game. So at that point, man, Paul Finebaum got to put a little bit more respect on my dog. You get what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. In other news, man, we finna take this all the way up to Cleveland, in which we're going to be talking about my boy Kenny Pickett today. We ain't talking about Shedeur today. We're going to be talking about Kenny Pickett. Now, we all know that Kenny Pickett is one of the quarterbacks that's fighting for that #1 spot up there in Cleveland. But there is a former quarterback that kind of feel like Pittsburgh really failed him when it came to trying to make him a better quarterback, in which, you know, it comes out of the horse's mouth himself, former NFL quarterback, Terry Bradshaw, all right, in which he kind of, you know, he had a couple words to say about it when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers and what they did when it came to Kenny Pickett, in which he felt like they really failed him as an organization. This is what he had to say. I've always said this. You draft a quarterback in the first round, he is going to be successful. But you got to surround him with the kind of talent he had in college. And they don't do it. And they call him a bust. This is what he had more to say. This is what he said further. Baker Mayfield in Tampa Bay playing great now because he's got talent around him. The Steelers getting rid of Kenny Pickett, a first rounder, got rid of him after 2 years. All right. And they're still looking for a quarterback. They didn't even do anything to build around him. Sam Darnold goes into Minnesota. Look at all the weapons, all those weapons, and look what happened. How great did he play? Now, after reading this a little earlier before I made this video, man, it really made me sit back and think, like, Pittsburgh really didn't do anything to help Kenny Pickett while he was over there in Pittsburgh. You get what I'm saying? They only gave him 2 seasons and then they got rid of him. Point blank period, in which we all saw how terrible he looked over there in Pittsburgh. But can we blame him? Can we really blame him? They didn't even try to put any type of talent around him. I know you got George Pickens, but George Pickens didn't look that great for those 2 seasons. I mean, I hate to say it because I am a Georgia Bulldog fan, and Pickens, he comes from Georgia. But, you know, a lot of people say that he got some of the best hands in the NFL. But to be real with y'all, when you look at those seasons, man, you see him. Like, he give up on plays. He dropped passes, you know, all of those good things. Now, I hope he does well over there in Dallas, which I feel like is a better fit for him when it comes to him and his identity. But, yeah, man, they didn't really do too much. They didn't do too much to help him, man. You seen him go over there to Philadelphia, in which, you know, we saw the one game he played, and he did pretty well. You know, even when it comes to the playoffs, when he played in the playoffs, when Jalen Hurts went down, he played fairly good, you know. But a lot of people starting to say, you know, he's supposed to be having this Sam Darnold season. I disagree with that. Okay. And the reason I disagree with that, to be honest with y'all, is a couple of reasons. The first thing is that we all know he got the worst O-line in the NFL. Point blank period. I mean, they are terrible. There's nothing that shows me that this O-line will be promising this year. They're the same offensive line that they had last year. They made a couple of changes, but it's not enough for me to sit here and say, you know, they're going to do better this year. So that's one of the reasons why I feel like it. The second thing is we don't even know if he's going to be the starter up there in Cleveland. And that's just that's just what it is. The third thing is simple, man. You know, you talk about Sam Darnold, just like Bradshaw said, look at the weapons that he has around him. This man literally has weapons. He possibly have the best, if not the best, receiver in the NFL on his team in Jefferson. And then the other weapons that he got as well. But at the end of the day, when I look at Cleveland, I don't see that at all. You know, there's nobody. I mean, I know they got Jerry Jeudy, they got Njoku, whatever, but those are not the type of players. And don't get me wrong, because they are pretty good, so I'm not throwing shade on them. But they're not the type of players that really convince me on feeling like they will possibly be able to make my boy Kenny Pickett better. That's just all I'm saying. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, man. Let me know how y'all feel about the whole Deion Sanders situation. And also let me know how y'all feel about this Kenny Pickett thing, man, and what Terry Bradshaw had to say about the whole situation. Drop them comments below, man. I got to get up out of here. I love y'all, and I'll get at y'all on the next one. Yeti.